Welcome back to St. Michael's College School for the lineups here as we take a look at the two different lineups that are going to be playing for All-Canada team and the All-Toronto team. First, for the All-Canada team, the 5 starters will be Jermaine Buckner, Bernard Cote, Shammy Gill, Kyle Wilson, Mustafa Alzanati, and Darren, the Kyle Wilson, playing for the All-Canada team from White Rock Christian High School in Surrey, BC, certainly setting the deal.
We're all set at the table.
As we take a look at for the All-Toronto team, it's going to be number 21, Jabula Murray, number 30, Denham Brown, number 25, Stefan Marsetic, number 32, Kern Carter, and number 34, Kevin Messiah will be the starting 5 for Toronto.
Good matchups here so far, both teams. The team from the All-Canada team seems to be a little bit taller, but the Toronto team has great athletes, so that will neutralize that height advantage.
As we see Toronto take the opening tip. Kern Carter looking to go right to the rim, and a foul called right off the bat. That foul will go to number 32, Mustafa Alzanati. That'll be his first personal foul.
That was an excellent job by Carter, keeping the ball alive, trying to get it to the basket for his team.
Here's Denham Brown, and this package comes in huge praise. He's got all kinds of universities looking at him, and he's certainly considered one of the best 5 high school basketball players in this country at this time.
A lot of talk about Denham Brown over the last couple of years, and it's great to see him at this level getting so much attention that he so deserves.
There was an alley-oop attempt for Jermaine Buckner, the 6'6" forward out of Ross Shepherd High School in Edmonton, Alberta. As we see Jabula Murray bringing the ball up. That pass attempt was to Kevin Messiah, who led up an air ball. And here comes Kyle Wilson, known as White Rock Chocolate, after...
You can see why. There's a fancy pass by him inside. Kyle Wilson, no-look pass inside is errant, but the Toronto team gets the possession.
And we get Jabula Murray bringing up the ball for Toronto. He'll look to drive. He's going to put the ball up.
Good spin move by Murray to get into the paint. His shot won't go for him.
There's Stefan Marsetic. He's going to go hard to the hoop, and a foul is called on the play.
Good hustle, good physical hustle by Marsetic there. Grabbing the rebound, stepping to the line now to shoot 2 free throws.
And let's take a look at the replay, Darren.
There's Marsetic on the rebound. Leaned in there. Fouled by number 14, Shammy Gill.
No question, Gill on the foul. That'll be his first personal foul, the team's second. Marsetic at the line for Toronto.
Both teams not on the board yet, just feeling each other out here in the early goings of the first half.
Stefan Marsetic transferred to Runnymede Collegiate this past year after playing with Oakwood Barons, which was a bit of a transfer surprise. However, was still able to get in some exhibition and tournament basketball games under another name because of the current labor dispute with the Toronto area high schools.
It's crazy out there. Guys are changing their names to play basketball. What's going on?
As we take a look at the replay here.
Last play here. Shammy Gill trying to get his hands on the ball. Little scramble underneath for the ball, resulting in a foul. So number 32, Mustafa Alzanati, at the line to shoot free throws, knocks down the first of his 2.
A foul on Denham Brown, his first personal.
Not a good sign for the Toronto team. Denham Brown, you don't want to get him in foul trouble because you need him in the game as long as you possibly can.
Mustafa Alzanati at the line for Canada, as you said, Darren, and he's got 5 offers as of last night. For recruiting for all the major universities in the NCAA, who were here yesterday for the evaluation, and 5 offers came out on the table just like that. He's a hard-nosed shooter, and certainly a player that head coach Jerry Hemmings and assistant Peter Yiannopoulos can look to.
Kern Carter, they're going to the hole hard, was fouled very hard, and the Toronto team had the inbound underneath.
Nice shot, Denham Brown, it's all twine.
Sweet-looking shot by Denham Brown. You'll see some of his versatility. He can shoot it from the outside and play the inside, so look for a lot of that mix-up game from him.
Jermaine Buckner losing control of the ball after a pass from Kyle Wilson. 4-2 for Toronto here in the opening minutes.
Good hustle by Kevin Messiah to steal the ball there and regain the possession for his Toronto squad.
Here's Jabula Murray. Murray can really take it.
Penetrating hard, kicks off to the wing.
Kevin Messiah, second-year All-Star here in Toronto out of York Memorial. Considered one of the best slam dunk artists to ever play in Toronto. Dennis Brown with the shot attempt.
Showing more versatility. You saw him handle the ball there a minute ago.
Good. Here's the bucket. Jabula Murray as he's fouled going to the hoop.
Good putback by Jamula. Take a look at the rebound, the replay here. Denham Brown underneath, can't get his shot to fall, but Murray comes back with the putback and the foul, so he'll get an attempt at a three-point play.
Good look at Jabula Murray, who transferred from Eastern Commerce to go to Bathurst Heights. Did not suit up for Bathurst Heights this year at all.
That's going from one powerhouse to another.
And errant pass away from Kyle Wilson. That pass intended for Jermaine Buckner.
And with this Canadian team, you're going to see a lot of errant passes and stuff like that because these guys have not had the opportunity to play with each other. They're just getting together for this game. Maybe they've only practiced once or twice, so you're not going to see a lot of flow within their game. Good block by Gill.
Kern Carter going to go up as Kyle Wilson puts it quickly off the backboard for two.
Good body control by Kyle Wilson. Was traveling at a high rate of speed there, gathered himself and laid it soft off the backboard.
Kevin Messiah looking to drive to the rack. A foul has been called.
And in this game, you're going to see a lot of individual talents displayed. A lot of guys looking to penetrate, take it to the hole, shoot their shots, and just display their talents.
Here's a good look at the replay, Darren.
Messiah trying to slice through the defenders and is fouled.
Kevin Messiah at the line for two, as you said.
Another look at it here from a different angle.
Shammy Gill is certainly looking to carry the ball as well. He's just not a forward. He can certainly dribble the ball up the court.
Playing aggressive defense, blocking shots, and looking to take the ball up the court as well, showing some of his versatility.
Find Kevin Messiah to be a very confident basketball out there. Very confident player right there. He'll get another chance at the line.
A lot of players on this Toronto team are highly touted by a lot of American schools, and you can see the confidence in their game. They don't back down from anything.
And the shot off the rim, Kyle Wilson comes up with the rebound as the players fill the... Look at that move. Kyle Wilson with the Jason Williams look. No! And the alley-oop off the glass. We thought there was going to be a slam dunk, and the players all of a sudden pick it up.
Look at Wilson handle that ball. Trying behind the back pass, but Jabula Murray wasn't having any of it. And he commits the foul. Wilson commits the foul after losing the ball.
Kyle Wilson with the look of Jason Williams. Watch this play, Darren.
Look at Kyle Williams going behind the back, passing it off to Edwin Reynolds, and his shot is blocked. Wilson has to be careful with that basketball. He'll find these Toronto defenders are really tough and won't have an easy time of making passes like that.
Here's Kern Carter with a three-point attempt. It's off the rim. Reynolds comes up with the rebound. Quick pass to... Shammy Gill comes up with a slam dunk. It does not count as there's a foul on the play.
Looked great nonetheless. Beautiful pass by Jason Williams. Take a look at the long pass here. Kyle Wilson got it over to Jermaine Buckner.
Stefan Marcetic charged with the foul, his first personal, as Buckner goes to the line for Canada.
And Kyle Wilson looking to excite the crowd here tonight with his fancy Jason Williams style passing.
Jermaine Buckner, a 6'6" forward out of Ross Shepherd High School, as we had mentioned earlier, from Edmonton, Alberta. Played on 3 provincial championship teams and has now signed with Richmond in the NCAA.
He's a big kid, and it looks like he's still got some growing to do. Nice soft touch on the free throw shot.
All of a sudden, it's 8-6, 3 minutes into the game. This is Kern Carter. Denham Brown.
Good defense by the Canadian team. Hand checked out of bounds. Toronto team will regain the possession.
Brown's looking to inbound the ball. Here's Jabula Murray. A quick pass to Kern Carter. He's rejected.
Get out of here with that.
And here comes Kyle Wilson. He'll put it high off the glass. 4 guys to the boards for Canada. And this is Edward Reynolds picking it up. Reynolds, the star 6'8" forward out of Truro, Nova Scotia.
Canadian team doing an excellent job of crashing the boards, getting 3 or 4 guys up at the glass each time.
And there's a rebound. Kern Carter getting up there to put it in for Toronto.
Good job by Kern Carter getting up with the tip-in.
Here's Wilson. He'll let it go with the three-point attempt. It was deflected, and Brown comes up with a quick pass to Jabula Murray. An attempted alley-oop. Stephen Marcetta came up with the rebound, but here's Kyle Wilson for Canada. Wilson
drops it off.
A drop pass to Buckner, and a traveling violation on Jermaine Buckner.
Both teams still feeling each other out here in the first half.
Substitution for Toronto coming in to the game for Toronto will be J.R. Bailey and Emmanuel Tiki. Bailey from St. Michael's and Tiki from Runnymede.
Stoppage of play here. Referees are a bit confused, I think, with the numbering of some of the players.
Some of the numbers, Darren, did not come to us until the day of the game here, and also there was a couple of switches just before game time, so the officials are just trying to iron that out. Quite understandable considering it is an all-star game, and they've had to try and straighten out the numbers beforehand. But getting back to action, the ball above the rim. That's the way it's going to be played, and it's going to be an up-tempo pace here, so you can certainly identify with that.
These guys are high flyers, and they like the fast-paced game, and you can expect a lot of that here tonight. Kevin Messiah.
While the officials are making that call, just recognize the officials. John Grilly, Mauro Sardoni, and Lloyd Eidelman.
You get a look at that replay. Kevin Messiah splitting the defense, going up and drawing the contact, and he'll find himself at the free throw line for 2 shots.
That foul will go to Jermaine Buckner, his first personal. The team's 5th as Brown is at the line for Toronto. Brown certainly the big player for the past couple of years with Bathurst Heights. Last year he led Bathurst Heights to the All-Ontario Championship at the AAA level. And this year they were right back at the OPSA Championships, eventually losing to. There's a rejection right there, getting above the rim.
Sticking it up on the glass. Both teams played very physical basketball here early going.
Alzanati feeling the floor as he tried to go to the rack.
Each team trying to establish a tempo, making the other team know that you can't get anything easy. Look at that block. Denham Brown way above the rim to block Edwin Reynolds' shot and keep it in play. That's very important to keep a block shot in play, and Denham Brown did that on that sequence.
There's a steal, however, a foul has been called. That foul will go on Jabula Murray, his first personal foul.
Substitutions coming in for the Canadian team.
11-8 here at St. Michael's College School. 15:26 left in the first half. Dana McKeel with Darren Thomas bringing you the All-Canadian Classic in a big way. Toronto leading Canada 11-8.
Good ball movement by the Canadian team. Chad Peterson.
We see J.R. Bailey going up for the rebound. And a foul called on the play. That foul will go to John Popovsky, who's now into the game for Canada. That'll be his first personal. Good look at J.R. Bailey as he goes down to the free throw line, Darren.
That's a big guy, Dana. Stands 6'10".
One thing about the St. Michael's College School players that they've always produced giants, and we go back to the days, Darren, of Leo Routens and Mike Heller, to George Papadakis and Sean Dodds, to Bernard Jackson.
So far early in this game. That is unbelievable. Off a foul shot. Nice move by Popovsky.
Popovsky takes it right back for Canada. 13-10 for Toronto, but what a jump!
As we said before, Kevin Messiah is known as one of the premier dunkers in this city in the high school ranks, so that's not a big surprise that he'd do something like that.
Three-point attempt by Jabula Murray did not go. A quick pass to Dominic Susi, who was intercepted by Denham Brown. He'll bring it up. Here's an alley-oop.
He's going to get a technical for
Michaels College School.
There's Denham Brown heading up the court. Lobs it up for Messiah. Thank you very much.
Oh, my God.
From another angle, check it out. High above the rim.
That did not happen, Darren. That did not happen.
Clear your eyes out, because it certainly did. Kevin Messiah heads and shoulders above the rim on that alley-oop.
Holy mackerel.
And the place is going nuts. Even though that he gained the technical, he's making a statement here early.
I don't think the technicals really mean anything to Kevin Messiah. It's all about show. It's all about tell.
Lamenting over that dunk there. That was a beautiful dunk.
Holy mackerel. That was just unreal. Beautiful setup by Denham Brown, too. We can't forget who's
Great
there.
look by Denham. Great look. And there's a big steal.
This steal is Andrew Carpenter. He's got Popovsky on him. Evan Pellerin with the shot as we see a couple of players in for Toronto.
A lot of banging underneath there. Big bodies banging underneath the paint.
Now the pace is picked up. Nice drive by Canada's David Henn out of Sarnia, St. Christopher High School. He signed with Vermont.
Sweet move by David Henn. Long distance shot.
Nice shot by Emmanuel Tiki out of Runnymede as things are now picking up.
Action starting to get heated up here in the first half. Nice crossover dribble.
And John Popovsky, the shooter, certainly showing he's got the dribbling skills too.
Well, Popovsky's not only a shooter, he has great penetrating skills, can put the ball on the floor, and he's got a lot of good speed. So look for him to beat his defender 9 times out of 10.
John Popovsky showing earlier that he is a three-point shooter, winning the three-point shooting contest that was featured here earlier at St. Michael's College School. There's a shot off the rim. Evan Pellerin comes up with the rebound. Outlet pass to Tiki.
And these guys want to run. Toronto team getting the ball up the floor and jetting up full steam ahead.
Here's Andrew Carpenter. Carpenter with a three-point attempt. It's off the rebound. Susie comes up with the rebound. Off the backboard, and Susie comes up with the rebound there. And I can't keep up to the pace. It's so quick. Ooh, nice play, John Popovsky.
Good decoy move there. Didn't get the shot to drop for him, though.
Here's Tiki. He'll put up the three-point shot.
He's making a statement with the outside shots. You got to come up and cover him, or else he'll knock it down.
Emmanuel Tiki making a statement here as well. Here's Cote and J.R. Bailey. That's quite a matchup. Nice shot from outside. Dominic Susie.
Susie answering back with a nice outside shot. This game is really starting to get warm.
He's got interest from Niagara, William and Mary, both NCAA schools. Here's Tiki with a three-pointer.
Oh my goodness, 3-0 Kentucky. He's loading it up from outside and letting the crowd know about it.
24-16 in favor of Toronto, and Toronto wants to make a statement here.
Displaying a lot of talent here on the Toronto team. Great outside shooters, high flyers, good defenders. They've got it all.
Cote, one of the top players in Canada. Traveling violation called on Dominic Susie, the pride and joy out of St. Foy, Quebec. Considered a CJIP and All-Canadian Player of the Year. As we see the Canadian team call timeout, and Darren, let me tell you, things really kicked after Kevin Messiah's dunk on the alley-oop.
Well, the Toronto team is making a statement in several ways. Playing above the rim and that outside shooting. As you see Teki here lining up at the three-point line for his third three-point shot and knocking it down. Nothing but twine.
Emmanuel Teki making it happen with a tray.
He's got a nice looking stroke there. Lines it up well. He's got good form. And he's hit 3 in a row.
Let's go into the huddle.
Get it off. The two bigs are saying 2 baseline screens. You see what I'm saying? Let's go right around. I give it to you. Get back. Okay, kick it back here. Let's go. Yeah, defense.
And a quick look at both Canada and Toronto as things are heating up here with 12:20 left in the first. Off the backboard, and Susie comes up with the rebound there, and I can't keep up to the pace. It's so quick. Ooh, nice play, John Popovsky.
Good decoy move there. Didn't get the shot to drop for him, though.
Here's Tiki. He'll put up the three-point shot.
He's making a statement with the outside shots. You got to come up and cover him, or else he'll knock it down.
Emmanuel Tiki making a statement here as well. Here's Cote and J.R. Bailey. That's quite a matchup. Nice shot from outside. Dominic Susi.
Susi answering back with a nice outside shot. This game is really starting to get warm.
He's got interest from Niagara, William and Mary, both NCAA schools. Here's Tiki with a three-pointer.
Oh my goodness, 3 in a row on Teki. He's lighting it up from outside and letting the crowd know about it.
24-16 in favor of Toronto, and Toronto wants to make a statement here.
Displaying a lot of talent here on the Toronto team. Great outside shooters, high flyers, good defenders. They've got it all.
Cote, one of the top players in Canada. Traveling violation called on Dominic Susi, the pride and joy out of St. Foy, Quebec. Considered a CJIP and All-Canadian Player of the Year. As we see the Canadian team call timeout, and Darren, let me tell you, things really kicked after Kevin Messiah's dunk on the alley-oop.
Well, the Toronto team is making a statement in several ways. Playing above the rim and that outside shooting, as you see Teki here lining up at the three-point line for his third three-point shot and knocking it down. Nothing but twine.
Manuel Teki making it happen with a tray.
He's got a nice looking stroke there. Lines it up well. He's got good form. And he's hit 3 in a row.
Let's go into the huddle.
Get it off. Two big, two baseline screens. You see what I'm saying? It's going right around like give it to you, get back. Okay, kick it back to you. Let's go. Get it over there, okay? Yeah, defense. 1, 2,
And a quick look at both Canada and Toronto as things are heating up here with 12:20 left in the first half. Toronto with an 8-point lead.
Canada showing some full court pressure here, trying to slow down that fast break of the Toronto team.
It'll be the same 5 that were out there just before the timeout was called. This is Carpenter
Working against Popovsky.
Andrew Carpenter, who had
Teki steps out of bounds, and it's Canada ball.
Carpenter, who played his basketball at Bathurst Heights. He's got interest from Youngstown State, but he's destined, according to the tournament or game event organizers, destined for a prep school.
Here's Popovsky.
Popovsky with the shot off the front end of the rim.
Attempting a three-pointer. They're not successful with that, but he can knock down that three-pointer. He's got a great outside shot.
Good look at Evan Pellerin, and here's your prototype Toronto area high school all-star here with an 80% average in high school, Jarvis Collegiate. Strong basketball player, consensus all-Toronto high school all-star. Here's John Clark with the ball, another star center out of the St. Mike's college system. And Andrew Carpenter with the turnaround and drops it for 2.
Nice move by Andrew Carpenter to spin into the paint and get that shot nice and soft off the back of the rim.
John Popovsky with that pass to Chad Peterson. It did not work. Toronto now with a 10-point lead. Here's Carpenter with Teki. Carpenter's going to run the offense. Good matchup with Popovsky and Carpenter.
Teki running the baseline, trying to get open down there. Great move. Takes it to the hole strong and scores a deuce.
One thing about Teki, he's fearless as well.
That's right. A lot of these players are fearless at this stage. They can take it to the hole strong and are not afraid to, take it at you.
Darren, one thing about Jerry Hemmings' squad, that they're throwing the ball away and that there's too many turnovers here in the first half.
Well, like we said, this is a team comprised of players from all over Canada, so they have not had the opportunity to play with each other. The Toronto team, on the other hand, has had time to prepare and practice a little bit with each other, so their offensive sets are going to look a little bit more fluid than the Canadian team.
Kyle Wilson back into the game for Canada. He's in there with Shammy Gill. Jermaine Buckner. And Zach Hogan now into the game, too. Zach Hogan out of White Rock Christian High School, same high school as Kyle Wilson.
Andrew Carpenter.
Three-point attempt, a little bit of a battle for the ball, and it appears it's going to go Toronto's way. Good look at Zach Hogan, a 6'5" swingman out of Surrey, BC. He's got Eastern Washington and Duquesne University looking at him right now.
Carpenter.
J.R. Bailey.
Toronto's got a big lineup, 2 6'10" forwards in there for Toronto. Here's Teki again, taking it down the lane. He's hammered.
And foul called on the play, Darren, as we see the replay here.
Here you see Teki putting it on the floor hard, penetrating in, meets the big towers down below. Not afraid to take that context. Someone like Allen Iverson, who sacrifices his body night in and night out.
I think Iverson uses all those tattoos as markings of where he's been hit every time he drives to the bucket.
Here's Teki.
Teki, who not a lot of people know about. He hasn't really...
Well, he's one of those hidden gems like we talked about before. He's a good outside shooter, penetrates hard, and he's a good finisher on the layup. So look to see some more of that from him tonight.
Shady Gill off the backboard, and there's a bit of a spin move before it goes in. Good move by Zach Hogan to tip it in as we see Carpenter bringing it back up the court real quick. St. Michael's Twin Towers and J.R. Bailey and John Clark out there.
It's a good move by Bailey to spin around and get him face up to the back and get a shot up, but it wouldn't drop for him. Carpenter with the travel.
Andrew Carpenter with the fake move to Emmanuel Teki. Second thought on that move. A traveling violation called, and Canada will pick up the ball.
There's Kyle Wilson putting on a little flair on the dribble.
Toronto really taking control of this game here in the first half. Kyle Wilson with the shot off the rim. That was a three-point attempt.
And the big difference so far between this game right now is three-point shooting. Toronto has knocked out three-point shots in a row by Emmanuel Teki, but the All-Canada team hasn't been connecting from outside, so that's making a big difference so far.
Bit of a change in the lineup for the Toronto team. Now back in Kevin Messiah, Stephen Marcetic, Denham Brown, and Jabula Murray. As Murray will run the offense, playing the point position. Teki still out there for Toronto.
Good patience being shown by the Toronto team, moving it around. Nice pass into Brown.
Nice move by Jabula Murray, being able to spot Denham Brown, and Brown with the reverse tip. Nice pass to Zach Hogan. Couldn't handle the pass, and here comes Brown on the drive.
Good take by Brown. Unfortunately, the ball won't drop for him.
Jermaine Butler with the rebound as Kyle Wilson comes back up with the ball, and a foul is called on the play.
Kyle Wilson looking to penetrate hard on the baseline there. Draws the contact. Non-shooting foul, so the Canadian team will have the ball underneath. Take a look at Kyle. Tries to break the defenders on the baseline. Not much contact, slight contact, but the ref called it anyway.
Now foul on number 21, Jabula Murray. Although the referee indicated number 22, Emmanuel Teki, with Murray to be charged with the foul. As he looks to...
Oh, good behind the
nice pass to Stephen Marcetic. Murray looking in the rearview mirrors on that one, being able to spot Marcetic behind his...
Canadian team has to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. Turnovers are killing them right now, and the Toronto team is capitalizing on those turnovers.
Ball stolen away by Kevin Messiah.
Great defense by Messiah. Like we said, the turnovers are killing them, and it's evident here so far. Toronto team playing a tough brand of defense, getting in the passing lane, getting right up in the offensive man's face, and creating turnovers such as we just saw. Jermaine
Buckner with his second personal foul. And Darren, a lot of these Toronto area players have played together in the past with these AU-type squads led by Wayne Dawkins and Roe Russell down into the States, creating a lot of awareness and recognition for those players.
Well, these players are getting together, playing together, and they're getting some recognition as a team. And it's a good idea, it's a good concept that Roe Russell and the organizers have put together. And it's evident that they play together. You can see them running offensive sets, and you can see them looking for each other backdoor, running the baseline. The Canada team's not able to do that because they haven't had the time to practice together.
Kevin Messiah on your screen. Certainly setting the plateau for the Toronto Area High School All-Stars.
Definitely.
Curran Carter has checked into the game now for Toronto. Darren, we've got a starting five of Carter, Messiah, Murray, Brown, and Marcetic out there.
And Marcetic just was assessed with a foul. Shammy Gill stands at 6'8". Take a look at the replay here. He can put the ball on the floor and handle it. He's got good ball handling skills, was fouled on the play, and will shoot 2 from the free throw line.
One of the top big men here in Canada, Shammy Gill. He's got over 50 D1 schools looking at him right now.
Kyle Wilson from way out knocks it down. Nothing but twine.
Kyle Wilson from downtown. the crowd is beginning to light up here as well, spotting that this is a phenomenal amount of talent on the floor.
Jabula Murray penetrates the defense and puts it up softly for another deuce for him. Here's Wilson looking to shake and bake.
Kyle Wilson to Shammy Gill. Gill will let go with the shot. Oh, and a three.
Gill showing some of his versatility, can shoot the three-point shot as well and knocks one down.
Dennis Brown with the three-point attempt. Butler comes up with the rebound. 38-24 in favor of Toronto with 8 minutes left in the first half.
Here's Wilson. Penetrate. Ooh, nice pass over to Buckner.
Beautiful no-look pass by Kyle Wilson as we see Kurt Carter driving to the bucket.
Great move by Carter, coast to coast for the easy deuce.
Kurt Carter out of Father Henry Carr High School here in Toronto. 6'3" junior player. A lot of teams looking at him, particularly West Virginia, Purdue, Stanford, Notre Dame at the inside track.
Tough defense there by the Toronto team, and a foul was assessed, and Shammy Gill will step to the line yet again. Toronto a bit too aggressive on defense, looking to steal the ball on every possession. They have to ease off of that pressure a little bit because they're getting assessed with a lot of fouls.
Kurt Carter with his first personal foul as we see Shammy Gill going to the line for Canada. Gill originally from BC, but had been playing this past year at Philip Pocock High School in Mississauga.
The Canadian team is already in the bonus situation, so the Toronto team has to watch their fouls because Canadian team will step to the line on every foul from here on in.
There's Gill at the line, shifting the score to 40-26 in favor of Toronto. It has been clearly a Toronto display of talent here in the first half.
Denham Brown shot off the mark. Gill with the rebound.
You can sense the tide is slowly changing now as Canada readjusts.
They're starting to knock down some three-point shots, and they're getting some inside looks. They've got the bonus situation on the line, so they have a great opportunity to get back in this game before the half is finished.
Bernard Cote letting go of the ball. They appear to be stripped, but a foul has been called on the play. Kurt Carter charged with his second personal foul.
Let's take a look at it here. Bernard Cote slapped by Carter, so he'll step to the line.
No question about that foul.
He could fry an egg on his arm. That sounded so hot. Take another look from another angle. It was Hack-a-Shack.
Darren, you certainly lead in metaphors. Here's Kyle Wilson on the rebound. He'll bring it himself. The quickness of Kyle Wilson clearly showing on that drive. As we saw Mustafa El-Zenati, the senior player out of Vanier. And we're going to see Toronto call a timeout with 6:49 left in the first half. 40-26 in favor of Toronto. And Darren, if you're the coach from Canada, what are you telling the troops?
Way to start picking it up. Let's take a look at the replay here. El-Zenati going in. Ball bobbled off the back of the iron. But if I was the Canadian coach, I would tell my troops, you're doing the right thing now. You're starting to knock down some three-point shots. Let's start to play the inside-outside game. Establish the big men in the post, kick it back out, and you'll start to knock down the shots because they do have great shooters.
Here's Jerry Hemmings.
I'll guarantee you will get something good. Right? But we got to screen, we got to move. And what we do, we get them occupied a little bit, we can beat them off the dribble. Right? Move the
Not getting
defense
too much
first.
time on the Jerry, so
All right.
we'll certainly go to you. You can fill in the blanks for us, Darren. What Jerry Hemmings is telling the players.
Just what I said, but the Toronto coaches certainly want to get the ball inside. I think the players are playing around with it too much outside. Establish the inside game first, and then you can kick it back outside. You get those shots all night.
Canada out there with Mustafa El-Zenati, Kyle Wilson, Shammy Gill, Bernard Cote, and Jermaine Buckner. With 6:49 left here in the first half. Stefan Marsetic will inbound the ball for Toronto. Kurt Carter, Jabula Murray, Denham Brown, and Kevin Messiah will be the five for Toronto.
It's Kyle Wilson playing some tough defense against Kurt Carter.
Quick pass to Marsetic, not able to recover as Kyle Wilson will come up with it. El-Zenati caught with a traveling violation.
Good attempt by El-Zenati, good body control. You can see the Canadian team now is stepping up their defensive pressure, causing the Toronto team to turn over the basketball.
Here's Jabula Murray. Murray, quick pass outside to Denham Brown. He's charged with the traveling violation as we see some sloppiness in the way that they're handling the ball right
The
now.
tides are turning now. At first, it was the Canadian team making a lot of turnovers, and the Toronto team was capitalizing on them. Now it's the Toronto team turning the ball over, and the Canadian team is starting to capitalize.
Denham Brown, who has Villanova, Kansas, and Auburn looking at him. Matter of fact,
A lot of big Division I schools there.
Roy Williams, the head coach of Kansas, was here last night talking to Denham Brown and talking about the possibilities of playing with the University of Kansas Jayhawks. When you've got the head coach of that caliber coming up to see you, it says something about the caliber of basketball.
Yeah, they're looking at you seriously. Good hands by Kyle Wilson. Almost goes into the wall there, but stops himself.
Another fearless player out on the basketball court.
That's right, that's right. All of these guys like to go to the hole hard and put their body on the line.
Kevin Messiah with this shot. Here's Kyle Wilson. Oh, nice pass to Narcote.
White Rock Chocolate looking inside.
Nice play. That was Curran Carter. Puts it up with the left hand on the drive. 42-26 in favor of Toronto.
Good finish by Carter.
Wilson, inside pass to Shammy Gill. He likes to go to the hole. He drops it.
Shammy Gill going to the hole strong. And I think that's important for the Canadian team to establish their inside game. Let's take a look at it here. Gill putting the ball on the floor, turning inside with the easy lane, and was fouled, so he'll attempt a three-point play. So look at it from behind.
Curran Carter charged with his third personal foul.
Alvin showing some pressure on.
We'll see some substitutions shortly. With Tiki coming back into the game as we see Kevin Messiah dropping 2 for Toronto, 44-29.
Nice touch by Messiah down there on the baseline. There's Gill showing his versatility. He's starting to light it up for the Canadian team.
Gill with a rainbow. Jabula Murray. A foul called on the play. It looks like an offensive foul on Jabula Murray.
Has to be careful there. Once you get up into the air and leave your feet like that, you're virtually helpless on a play like that. All the defender has to do is gather his position and take the charge.
He looks a little bewildered on that particular call, Darren.
And take the charge.
He looks a little bewildered on that particular call, Darren. As we see Jabula Murray there on your screen, and we'll see Mustafa El-Zenati at the line for Canada.
Nice stroke by El-Zenati. He's got a pure free throw stroke there.
He'll shoot 2 because of the bonus.
And this is where the Canadian team really needs to capitalize on drawing the fouls. They've got the Toronto team in some foul trouble here in the first half, so they need to knock down their free throws at every attempt.
El-Zenati really showing something here yesterday during the evaluation camp. The coaches and scouts were looking at him, and quickly 5 offers on the table.
Happens that quickly.
Here's El-Zenati now on the drive. And a foul being called on Jabula Murray.
Smart move by El-Zenati to go reverse and draw the contact. And Murray was assessed with the foul. Let's take a look at it. Here's El-Zenati coming down the left side, pumps it up underneath, and Murray comes across his body. Another angle for you. El-Zenati at the free throw line.
Took a knee to the back there, Darren.
Some type of contact like that, yeah, put him at the line.
Jabula Murray's game is above the rim and certainly above everybody's shoulders.
The Canadian team has cut the lead to 10. Could make it 9 with this free throw. And they make it 9, so they're back into this contest here.
Certainly a great concept if they're able to have Toronto against the rest of the country. Toronto being the biggest city in the country, or to put it another way, the New York of Canada.
Denham Brown showing how he can handle the ball. Almost has it stolen, playing around with it a bit too much.
Messiah going to help out Denham Brown on that particular play as we see the ball worked over to Jabula Murray. And an illegal pick set by Manuel Teki. That'll be his second personal foul.
Canadian Canadian team starting to get things together now. And here we see them back at the free throw line again.
Mustafa El Zenati will go to the line for Canada. A lot of bumping and grinding out there right now. It hasn't been that fluid a game.
And El Zenati must have the most pure free throw form that I've ever seen. He really sets himself properly, gets the knees involved, follows through, leaves the hand out there. He's got great form.
44-36 in favor of Toronto, with Zenati at the line for Canada. 6'5" swing guard out of Vanier College in Montreal.
He's got great form. I don't see how he would ever miss a free throw with that form.
Evan Pellerin out there with Emmanuel Teki, John Clark, J.R. Bailey.
Teki doing a good job of bringing up the ball against the pressure from El Zenati.
And Andrew Carpenter out there as we see Toronto connect again. Running up the score to 46-37.
Great move by Evan Pellerin inside, using his size to gain the advantage on that possession.
Toronto with a very big lineup in there right now. 2 6'10" centers and a 6'6" swingman. There's a shot off the rim by El Zenati. And Toronto will take over the ball as we see Chad Caterson back into the game for the Canadian team. He's out of Champlain, St. Lambert, and Côte St. Luc, Quebec.
Carpenter working against the defensive pressure.
John Clark throwing it away as we see El Zenati coming up with the ball. Quick pass. Nice layup. John Popovsky able to get it through the trees. We're protecting the bucket.
Good sequence by the Canadian team, finding each other on the break, and Pellerin comes back with another two of his own. Evan
Pellerin getting a lucky bounce as the backboard shook. 48-39 in favor of Toronto. 3:10 left in the first half. Shot from outside by Bernard Cote did not go.
Big man Marshall showing some versatility.
Cote right there for the two, and the ball will hang right there in the middle of the net.
There you see the versatility of Cote. He just shot a three-point shot at the other sequence. This sequence here, he finds him underneath for the easy deuce. So he's got inside capabilities as well as outside.
Considered the top junior big man in the country. He's got Louisville, Michigan State, and Notre Dame on his tail.
Pellerin now working against the defense.
J.R. Bailey with a three-point attempt off the backboard.
And I don't know if that's a shot that Bailey wants to take.
Canada has had to battle back from upwards of a 16-point deficit. They've whittled it down to 7 with 2:29 left here in the first half.
Well, they're starting to feel comfortable with each other, and they've got that option of always going to the free throw line, and they're capitalizing on it. So it's no doubt why they're down only 7 right now with 2:29 left to go in the half.
Caterson at the line for Canada. 6'5" senior player. Tough defender. He looks like he may sign with Belmont University out of Tennessee.
The opportunities that these players have in Canada nowadays is just phenomenal. Back when I was playing high school ball, the opportunities weren't as plentiful as they are now, and it's just unbelievable the opportunities that they have, and it's great to see.
Well, I think with the AU squad traveling in the States and the amount of knowledge and information, and certainly the computer definitely helps in being able to get out information about Canadian players and just how talented they are. It's a nice move. Andrew Carpenter driving to the bucket for Toronto.
Andrew Carpenter showing some skills there, penetrating into the paint and getting a nice soft layup off the play.
I think the American coaches and scouts also display a lot more confidence in the Canadian players.
I think it has a lot to do with the international scene as well. And we get a look at the replay here. Dominic Susie taking it to the baseline, beats his defender, meets the contact underneath, and John Clark will be assessed with that foul.
That'll be Clark's first personal foul as we see Dominic Susie at the line for Canada.
As we were saying before, Dan, I think the international feel has a lot to do with it too. The NBA has started the influx of international players, and the closest international country to the USA is Canada, so it makes sense that they come here and look for players as well.
Emmanuel Teki showing us a scene of karaoke out there with the ball.
Looks like you owning the ball out there, Dana.
Yeah. Inside pass to John Clark, and his shot did not go as we see a high flank Popovsky with a nice pass to Susie.
Couldn't finish it, though. A great sequence, though.
Here comes Emmanuel Teki. Teki with a nice pass. Shot off the backboard by Andrew Carpenter.
Canada wanting to walk it up now. Take a little time on this sequence. Down by 7.
Dominic Susie with 1:26 left in the first half.
Here's Sikorsky looking to penetrate, pulls it back out.
Three-point attempt.
And he'll get 3 shots on that shot.
David Henn with a three-point attempt, and I think he was showing a little bit of Hollywood there as Evan Pellerin apparently knocked him over.
Here we see the replay. That was an ill-advised foul. It was more after the shot than anything, but he still got the foul. Never want to foul a three-point shooter outside because they're going to get 3 shots. You're better off taking the gamble to see if they missed a shot rather than foul a three-point shooter.
David Henn really selling that foul to the officials. And he'll go to the line for 3.
And he was awarded with 3 free throws out of it.
Played on numerous provincial basketball teams and has signed with Vermont, a Division I team. Northeastern United States Conference basketball.
And now the Canadian team putting on some full court pressure.
J.R. Bailey looking to go up with the ball. He means a lot of traffic. And a foul is called on the play.
Toronto team still not in the bonus yet. Let's get a look at the replay here. J.R. Bailey underneath. Grabs the loose ball. Tries to spin and put it in. And is fouled on the play. And here he is at the free throw line.
Canadian foul on Edwin Reynolds, his second personal foul, as we see J.R. Bailey at the line. Bailey connects. 52-45 in favor of Toronto. 1:10 left in the first half. We've seen bits and spurts of ball above the rim and some fast action. Here comes Kevin Messiah. And he loses control of the ball. It does go out of bounds.
And then Kevin Messiah trying to say that the coach Jerry Hemmings got a hand on the ball there. Ref didn't see it. I think Jerry wants to suit up and get out. I think Jerry wants to suit up and get out there.
Jerry's rules and Jerry's kids. There we go. Jerry Hemmings, the pride and joy of Brandon, Manitoba, and the Bobcats basketball program.
I always love reminiscing with Jerry about days gone by when we used to play against his teams when I was at Guelph, and he's got a great memory for things like that.
Here's J.R. Bailey who's looking to pass.
Nice pass over to Teki, and he goes hard to the rack, and another deuce for Teki.
If Jeff Zauner and Greg Paolini, the coaches from St. Michael's, can only see J.R. Bailey leading and filling the lanes, they'd have a coronary. As we'll see the ball go out of bounds, John Popovsky in your screen will take control.
Canada regains the possession. Some pressure being shown by the Toronto team.
This is Chad Caterson with the ball.
Canada looking for the last shot.
And they'll work it down, 54-45 in favor of Toronto. 7 seconds left in the game, or pardon me, in the half. And Caterson loses it as Teki looks to the clock. He'll put it up. And it goes.
Oh my goodness, but that won't count.
It did go in, but it was out of bounds as it hit the top of the
and Teki continues the hot shooting, even though it doesn't count.
That's suspension above the backboard, Darren, and to hit that before it went in, it does not count.
He's going to make all kinds of shots tonight, I'm convinced.
I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break. At 54-45 in favor of Toronto, you're watching the All Canada Classic here on Rogers Television. Welcome back to St. Michael's College School, 54-45 here at the half as we get ready for action here in the second half. And Darren, we've said before, we've emphasized this before, and we're going to say it again, that When teams start the second half, those are the most crucial moments that will dictate the outcome of the game.
It's the turning point of the game. You know, at halftime, coaches go in, they make their adjustments, and they expect the adjustments to be looked at the starting of the second half. It's either the point where the team that's down starts to make a surge and get back in the game, or the team that's up puts the nails in the coffin.
As we see the starting five for Canada out there will be Mustafa Al-Zanati, Jermaine Buckner, Shammy Gill, Kyle Wilson, and Bernard Cote. They're going out there with a big lineup.
Well, they want to neutralize that speed of the Toronto team, and the only way to do that is with some height. And that's the strategy right now.
Toronto, they'll start with the lineup of Denham Brown, Curran Carter, Jabula Murray, Kevin Messiah, and Stefan Masetic. So it's the starting lineup that was in there in the first half.
Same starting five that started for Toronto.
Rowan Barrett currently coaching the team for the high school All-Stars here in Toronto, and we should put out some words about some of the many coaches and players and former high school All-Stars here in attendance tonight. Tony Sims here tonight.
That's right.
And Rowan Barrett taking part as a head coach. Rowan being part of the Canadian Olympic team that played over in Sydney last year.
Well, this is the give back. This is how these guys give back to the sport, and it's great to see.
Quick pass to Stefan Masetic, and he'll put it up for an easy deuce.
Nice move by Masetic. Good catch and good body control. Softly laid it off the glass.
But Darren, if you're Jerry Hemmings, what are you telling Canada?
Let's start the inside-outside game. We got some big bodies in there. Let's start pounding it inside and let these big guys go to work. And if it's not there, then you can kick back out for that outside shot.
Nice move by Al-Zanati as he puts it over to Wilson. He'll put up the tray. No good. Brown comes up with the rebound. Jabula Murray with the pass. Quick pass to Stefan Masetic from Curran Carter. And it goes out of bounds.
Carter's pass off the mark. Masetic could not catch that pass. I think the Canadian team needs to start pounding the ball inside. They've got three big forwards out there, and they really should try to utilize these guys against the smaller Toronto lineup.
Kyle Wilson on Jabula Murray. Nice fake. Wilson with a quick fake and had Jabula Murray hanging in air.
Great job. Sold him that fake like it was a cheap sale. And he bought it.
Jabula Murray and good strip to Wilson. And Wilson stripped him, as you said, Darren. And
I think Jabula Murray was expecting a foul on that play as he stopped dead in his tracks after the ball was slapped out of his hands.
Murray with a three-point attempt. It's good.
Dialing up that long distance number from way out behind the line. Nothing but twine.
59-49. Opening minute of the second half. Al-Zanati. He looks to drive. He's fouled on the play.
Good penetration by Al-Zanati. Creates the contact on that penetration and will step to the line. Take a look at the replay. Crossover dribble between the legs. Splits the defenders, gets slapped on the hand, and he'll step to the charity stripe. Get a look at it here from behind.
Curran Carter with 4 fouls, and he'll come out of the game. And Evan Pellerin will replace him.
Cote shot off the mark. And a turnover there by number 32, Mustafa Al-Zanati on the traveling was called on that play.
Here's Jabula Murray. Murray and White Rock Chocolate all over him and strips it for a second time. Kyle Wilson playing some solid defense.
Good steal by Kyle Wilson, also known as the White Rock Chocolate from BC.
Kevin Messiah, Jabula Murray, and Denham Brown on the alley-oop. And they're going to play with it above the rim. Brown will take a shot. It goes off the rim. Goes out of bounds, and Toronto will take control of the ball.
Thought Kevin Messiah was going to stuff that one home like he's done several times in the first half.
Evan Pellerin looking to get it inbounds. Here's Brown. He'll take the shot off the rim, and Pellerin comes up with the rebound. And he'll chase it again. Evan Pellerin certainly looking after his own rebounds. There's an air ball.
That was a bit far out. He should have stepped in. I don't know why these guys are deciding to shoot NBA threes. Not necessary.
Oh, Bernard Cote rejected as he went up for the jam, but Canada comes back with an easy deuce off the backboard.
Jabula Murray got a piece of that dunk attempt and was enough to set it off course.
59-54, 59-51, pardon me, in favor of Toronto.
Ooh.
And Denham Brown and Stefan Marsetic just not seeing it on the same page on that particular pass.
Marsetic being on the receiving end of several errant passes.
This will be a 30-second call and timeout call by Toronto. Let's listen in and see what they have to say.
Tell him? No, because I'm looking for the back.
You're playing with him here. Hold on, don't worry about that. He said it. Don't worry about it happening. Just do what I'm saying. Don't worry about things sometimes. Do what I'm saying. He makes that pick, you just send the ball. I don't care about nothing else. It's there. He's going to get you guys off and he's going to get you guys flowing to what you need to do. Run a play. Run it the way it's run. He's setting the screen for us.
No, who's there?
D from the baseline. 1, 2, 3, defense. I want everybody
where the ballers are.
Certainly the coaching staff from the Toronto squad, no mixed messages whatsoever. It's pretty clear what they want to do out there.
Well, it boils down to execution, and you can hear him emphasizing the fact that once that screen is set, you give them the ball. So they want to execute a couple of plays, and they'll be successful.
Well, one thing about setting those screens, they've got to come tight off those screens as well if they're going to accept those passes. Good move by El Zanati, a nice crossover. Had the ball stripped.
The Canadian team committing turnovers like they did in the first half, and that's what got them into that deep hole.
Messiah with the ball. Puts it outside to Denham Brown.
Pellerin posting strong inside.
Stefan Marsetic will drive, and rejected by Jermaine Buckner. A foul called on the play.
Buckner. Let's take a look at that replay here. It's Marsetic putting it to the floor, getting to the basket. Buckner there to say, not happening tonight.
I'm not sure there was a foul there, Darren.
Not much body contact, but from a referee's point of view, you never can tell.
We're looking at 3 referees, Mauro Sardoni, John Grilli, and Lloyd Eidelman. 3 officials with a tremendous amount of experience. Talking to Mauro Sardoni about celebrating over 30 years of officiating here in the Toronto area.
Covered a lot of basketball.
He's met a lot of coaches.
And argued with a lot of coaches.
El Zanati with a quick pass to Buckner, who puts it down low to Chevy Gill. He'll square up. Gill will go for the turnaround shot.
That's a tough shot by Gill, but nice job by Buckner to get the putback.
Buckner able to read that and time it out properly for the putback. 60-53 in favor of Toronto. 16-18 left in the game.
Murray.
Here's Denham Brown. Brown will drive to the bucket and goes.
Gets that shooter's bounce. Nice take by Denham Brown and drew the contact. And he'll try to complete the natural three-point play. Take a look at it here. Nice pick set by Pellerin. Brown using it to go inside, meets the contact, and gets the crier to go in for him.
The foul on Bernard Cote.
Brown
Originally we thought it was Jermaine Buckner, but it is Cote charged with the foul. And quick layup by El Zanati.
Good body control by El Zanati to gather himself on that play and just lay it up right off the pass.
Jabula Murray
pulling it back out, taking it back in.
And Darren, you're seeing Toronto running with a double stack high as we see Denham Brown with the shot. There's a quick putback by Stefan Marsetic. Here's Brown again. He'll take the shot off the rim. He gets his own rebound and he'll put it up high off the backboard. Did not go.
Toronto squad is doing an awesome job on the offensive glass, but they can't finish.
Chevy Gill looking to Kyle Wilson. He'll put it behind the back, and he passed it away to Stefan Marsetic. Here's Buckner. Buckner with El Zanati. He'll pull it out.
Good job by Buckner to alert his player of the player coming behind him, and El Zanati was able to make the pass. Nice backdoor look.
And here's Bernard Cote, who looks to put it up. He does. A little bit of a bounce there. I thought Chevy Gill was going to be able to put it down.
Good offensive tip by Gill, but it won't go in. And Jabula Murray assessed with a foul. Take a look at the replay here. Good position by El Zanati. Jabula Murray had that forearm out and made the contact. Offensive charge.
As you had mentioned, Darren, 4th personal foul line, Jabula Murray.
Fouls fouls are mounting here for the Toronto team.
62-55, 14:39 left in the game. Here's a shot from Edwin Reynolds, the pride and joy of Truro, Nova Scotia. And here's Denham Brown.
And he'll toe it up from outside, off the mark once again.
Shooting percentage has not been that strong suit for Denham Brown in this game. Here's Popowski.
Good block by Brown, keeps it in play.
Here it is. Jabula Murray with the jam. He has Stephen Marcelli with it, but he wanted to certainly show that he can get up there too.
Jabula Murray going at the rim fiercely with a two-handed slam dunk there. Good job.
Guard out of Bounders Tights, although he didn't play this past year.
Still looks to be in fine form.
Reynolds with the turnaround, and it's a sky hook. He's able to get it.
Good sequence there by the Canadian team, getting the inside-outside game going.
Still a 7-point difference between Toronto and Canada. Darren, I think we'll see this one go to the wire.
I think so, and there's Jabula Murray just taking it down into the middle of the paint and just lofting up a nice soft shot. Scoring virtually at will right now is Jabula Murray.
Ball stolen away by Evan Pellerin. Goes out of bounds. It will go Canada's way, and we'll see wholesale changes for Toronto. Bailey, Clark, Teki, and Carpenter will come in. So there's two complete lineups that come in and off for Toronto.
They don't lose much with that substitution. They got two big guys going in there, and with Teki's outside shooting, that definitely helps. Here you see a replay of the Denham Brown block as he keeps it in play.
Shot from outside by John Popowski. Jabula Murray with the long baseball pass. A nice play by Emmanuel Teki, and there's J.R. Bailey off the glass picking up some garbage.
Good sequence by the Toronto team. First option off the fast break didn't go for them, and Teki was able to get the putback.
J.R. Bailey, a 6'10 center out of St. Michael's. He's got Drexler, Stony Brook, and UNC Wilmington looking at him. Here's Bailey. Almost had his pass picked off by Dominic Susie. Clark gets the ball.
Good ball movement by Toronto, but Clark in the paint for too long and assessed with a 3-second violation.
For coaches Greg Paolini and Jeff Zauner here at St. Michael's College this past year, certainly a pleasure in working with the two big men in John Clark and J.R. Bailey.
Well, as a coach, it's always a treat when you have an ample supply of big men like that.
Jabula Murray high up there, did not make anything happen defensively, but he sure got up. Nice shot, John Popowski.
Dominic Susie took that to the hole very nicely, but couldn't finish.
Very interesting lineup out there right now for Canada, Darren.
They've gone smaller. They've gone to a smaller lineup here.
J.R. Bailey with the turnaround, stolen away by Reynolds. Quick pass.
I think they're looking to get a little bit of a fast break game going here with the smaller lineup. Popowski gets the putback. Nice body control for an easy deuce for him.
Nice Southern Ontario combination, and David Henn from Sarnia and John Popowski of Guelph.
Good look inside. Nice touch by Carpenter.
Andrew Carpenter certainly showing that he's got the scoring touch. 70-61 favor of Toronto. 11:30 left in the game. Here's Popowski.
Nice pass inside to Reynolds. Reynolds shot blocked. Tipped out of bounds by David Henn.
Take a look at Andrew Carpenter. He takes the ball out of bounds. This game lagging a little bit, Darren, as both teams are looking to push it up the court.
Started out as a barn burner. The action that was going on in the first 10 minutes was unbelievable. It stepped down quite a bit as teams are getting into their sets, trying to move the ball around, and the coaches are trying to use a little strategy out there on the offensive end.
And we'll see a foul on the play. John Popowski charged with his second personal foul for the Canadian team. This will be Emmanuel Teki inbounding the ball to J.R. Bailey.
Uh-oh, errant pass there by Carpenter.
Popowski picks up a throw and pass.
That's a basket. That counts. Definitely. Good call. Right?
cylinder.
That ball practically, and he slapped it off the backboard.
As we see the Canadian team looking to push the ball up the court.
Down by 7.
And Toronto will bring it up on this offensive sequence. Jabola Murray, John Clark, J.R. Bailey.
Bailey kicks back out.
Teki with the shot. It's for 3.
He's got an unbelievable stroke from outside. He's hit 4 3-pointers. They've got to get out on him to stop that shot. He'll really damage this Canadian team with that outside shot.
Manuel Teki with the look of Morris Peterson. The white headband.
Good rebound by Clark. Gets it up court.
There's the alley-oop. That alley-oop to Andrew Carpenter almost materialized. Here's John Popowski with a nice pass. As we see Chad Caterson trying to avoid the ball being rebounded off him by J.R. Bailey.
Bailey used the oldest trick in the book there, throwing it off the defenders to get it to go out of bounds, but it was successful for him, and Toronto regains the possession. The fast-breaking style of the smaller Canadian team is working, but now we see some substitutions, and the 3 main big men for the Canadian team step back into the game.
72-63, 10-16 left in the game. And we see a new lineup out there for Canada with Kyle Wilson, Bernard Cote, Jermaine Buckner, Shammy Gill, and number 23, Zach Hogan from White Rock Christian High School in Surrey, BC. Dennis Brown.
Good ball movement by the Toronto team. Nice give and go.
There's Kurt Carter up for the hoop, and it did not go. Shammy Gill comes with the rebound. Nice no-look pass to Bernard Cote. He'll take it up, reverse off the backboard.
Good job by Cote. We should see some good inside play from both teams. The Toronto team has their 2 big 6'10" guys out there, and the Canadian team has about 3 guys who stand 6'8" to 6'9", so a lot of big bodies out there.
Foul called on the play.
You see Denham Brown working against Buckner. Crossover through the leg.
Buckner for reaching. That's his 3rd personal foul.
Good fake by J.R. Bailey. Loses control of the basketball.
Bernard Cote credited with the steal as he stripped Bailey, and the ball thrown away by Jermaine Buckner.
Bad decision by Buckner. Had 2 options there to pass the ball. But threw an errant pass, and the Toronto team will inbounds on the baseline.
You got to like the game of Jermaine Buckner. He certainly plays above the rim and plays that up-tempo game. Star player from Ross Shepherd High School in Edmonton, Alberta, and he signed with Richmond.
Wilson from way out doesn't go for it. Shammy Gill with the rebound, takes it back outside and fouls up a 3-point shot of his own, almost knocks it down. Buckner with the rebound. Won't get the tip in though, and here comes the Toronto team.
That was a pass to Kurt Carter, and that was John Clark who put up the shot. Toronto comes up with the rebound. 74-65, 8:57 left in the game.
Good swing by the Canadian team.
Consistent 9-point difference in the game, Darren.
Yeah, 7 to 9 point lead for the Toronto team is consistent so far here, and Canadian team has to get some stops if they're going to cut into this lead. Here's a replay. J.R. Bailey assessed with the foul against Bernard Cote as he goes strong to the hole. Could have been John Clark from behind as well who assessed that foul. There was 2 big defenders on him there.
I would not want to be sandwiched by these 2 guys.
No, I wouldn't want
6'10" centers like that, especially from the same school.
I wouldn't want to be the sandwich meat in between there.
Bernard Cote giving us a statement.
Nice looking free throws there by Cote. Cutting the lead to 8.
Denham Brown.
Looking inside. Good penetration there by Kurt Carter. No call on the play though.
And J.R. Bailey comes up with a left-handed rebound. He gets the drop for 2.
J.R. Bailey showing some signs of inside dominance here late in the second half.
Buckner, he's got Brown all over him.
Gill looking to shake and bake a little bit.
We're seeing a little more intensity out here now on defense with the Toronto area team. Nice pass to Kyle Wilson. He'll bring it back outside.
Yeah, Wilson's got some shake and bake of his own. Beats the defender, but throws an errant pass. And Toronto will get the possession.
Kyle Wilson certainly showing the moves. However, a lot of those moves and passes have been errant.
With a player like that, you have to do moves with players that are familiar with you. And these guys just getting together from all over Canada, they're not familiar with that type of play, so it's expected that he'll create turnovers. And here you see the replay. Shammy Gill on the floor is able to throw it through the legs of J.R. Bailey. Kyle Wilson able to pick it up and take it back outside. There's a little shake and bake by Wilson, gets around the defender, but throws an errant pass.
Now, if you see, if you're Rowan Barrett, as we see Jerry Hemmings here talking in the huddle, let's listen in.
8 minutes left.
If we'll move the ball one reversal, we'll get a wide open side or we'll get a back.
Yeah, attack the offensive board. Jermaine did it once. Attack the offensive board.
Rebound the ball. 1, 2, 3, 2. Smalls.
We listen in on Jerry Hemmings and Peter Yiannopoulos, the coaches for the Canadian team. And if you were the coach of the Canadian team, Darren, what are you telling the troops with 10 minutes or 8 minutes left and you're down 10?
Let's say let's use the big guys out there. We need to crash the offensive and defensive boards, and let's pound it inside first, see if we can get something there, and then look it outside for the three-point shot. You've got those three big bodies in there, and they should be controlling the boards all the time. Here's the replay. Denham Brown gets into the paint and is fouled on the play.
Brown will go to the line shooting 2. And Mustafa El-Sanadi will be charged with his third personal foul.
Brown knocks down the first of 2 free throws, giving his team an 11-point lead. Can't connect on the second.
J.R. Bailey with the turnaround. The ball above the rim. Toronto comes up with it again. Here's Kevin Messiah. The Curran Carter. He'll put it up with the left hand.
Good pass by Messiah to catch the cutting Curran Carter inside. And he leveled up with the left hand for a deuce. 13-point lead now for the Toronto. Great defense, and we get another turnover.
The intensity on defense is what Rowan Barrett is stressing here as they try to break it open. 79-66 with 7:26 left in the...
Nice take by Messiah, doesn't go for him. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up and scores the basket, and will step to the line.
Kevin Messiah off the glass.
Showing some of his versatility here. Here you see Messiah taking it into the paint against the 2 bigger defenders in Bernard Cote and Shammy Gill. And will step to the line to try to complete the natural three-point play.
As we see Messiah going to the line, we also have to comment about J.R. Bailey being right in there for the scraps. One thing about Bailey, he doesn't miss out. He certainly is in there on all the rebounds.
Like a vacuum there. Gets good position, has a big body. He goes after the basketball.
And as we speak, he just commits a foul.
That's always happened. That's Murphy's Law. Here's a look at the replay. Buckner penetrating inside. Too much contact by J.R. Bailey. Here's a look from yet another angle.
J.R.'s first personal foul as we see a good replay with Jermaine Buckner going to the rack.
Buckner knocks down the first of 2.
Not too much excitement here in the second half like we saw in the first half.
I think they set the crowd up for something they were prepared for. That first 10 minutes of the first half was heart was beating fast. I don't think I could have stood the whole game being at that pace. So it seems like it's a letdown, but both teams are playing more strategic basketball now instead of the run and gun high flying game. Get a good look at Kevin Messiah.
And the foul will be inbounded by Kyle Wilson to Shammy Gill. Gill double team as he kicks it out to Bernard Cote, who elects to shoot off the rim. Shammy Gill comes up with the rebound. He's poked away by Stephen Marcetic, and the foul is called.
Good rebound by Gill. A good shot attempt. Gill being very aggressive offensively. Take a look at the replay here. Slaps it off the backboard, gets his own rebound. Trying to go up against 2 defenders and gets hacked in the process.
So Gill will go to the line for Canada, down by 15 with 6:55 left here in the game.
Well, here's where they have to make a run now. They can't just be settling for scoring baskets. You have to make a defensive stance and stop the Toronto team sequence after sequence to try to cut into the lead.
Darren, one thing about this Canada clash and the All-Star games that we've seen here on Rogers Television, that it's certainly making a statement about basketball here in Toronto and basketball here across the country. It's becoming more known, it's becoming more popular, it's polarized as it is, but we're certainly seeing the stars coming out.
Definitely so. In the past, you would have to bring a team from the States, bring an American team to draw people's interest, but now there's enough interest within Canada to have these Canadian players play against each other. This is an all-Canadian event, and it's great to see.
As we see Mustafa El-Zannati take a mugging from J.R. Bailey. Here's the replay, Darren.
Mustafa El-Zannati catches the long pass, and Reed just out of control there. Bailey, sorry, J.R. Bailey, confusing him with J.R. Reed of the NBA. Bailey assessed with the foul.
Similar body type. This is El-Zannati, who's been at the line more so than any other player in this game.
You got to take a look at this guy's free throw form. He's got great form. Gets all aspects of his body involved. Bends the knees, squares up, follows through. Nice touch.
Couldn't have done it any better, Darren. Good look at Mustafa El-Zannati from Vanier College in Montreal. Jabula Murray with the ball for Toronto. Dennis Brown looking to run that inside-outside game. Here's Brown going to the rack. Gets his own rebound. He's stopped by Jimmy Buckner.
Good job by Buckner to get a hand on that shot.
And Dennis Brown comes up with the tip-in.
Toronto team crashing the offensive glass and getting a good tip-in on that play.
14-point difference between Toronto and Canada with 6 minutes left in the game. Jermaine Butler with a three-point attempt.
El-Zannati comes down with the rebound. They'll get another attempt at it. Good look inside.
They're working around. Popovsky with a shot from outside. Normally he'd hit that three-point shot.
He's a deadly outside shooter. Hasn't been able to connect on his three-point shot here. They're trying to shoot those threes with defense in their face. You got to start from the inside and kick it back outside to get the open look. That's how you want to shoot a three-pointer, as an open shot, not with a man in your face.
Okay, no timeout.
We're going to see a timeout here as we see the replay, Darren, with Shanny Gill. We're going to go into a timeout. Actually, it's not going to be an official timeout, but we'll listen to Jerry Hemmings.
Let's attack the basket, okay? Or them drawing kickoff of them. We got to get to the foul line. We're down 14, all right? And then again, down on the boards, guys, we got to be quick off our feet. Come on, find some energy down on the board.
Quick glimpse at Jerry Hemmings, the head coach of the Canadian team. And he's right. They've got to get to the foul line. They've only got 5:47 left in the game.
That's right. They were at the foul line in the first half, and that's what helped them get back into this game. And if anybody knows Jerry Hemmings, you'll know that familiar Southern drawl that Jerry has is a trademark of his.
Well, he's been coaching for an awful long time, and some of those years were spent at Tulane University in the States before coming up to take on the Brandon Bobcat program. And has done a wonderful job up there.
For sure.
Jabula Murray, as he steals the ball, he almost got the bucket.
Toronto team having a hard time finishing, getting the good penetrations and good looks at shots, but unable to finish.
As we see a foul on the play, John Popovsky hitting the deck.
Blocking foul. Called on Marcetic.
Stefan Marcetic did not have his position set. That's his fourth personal foul. So Toronto in trouble with 3 players, all with 4 personal fouls, and Jabula Murray, Stefan Marcetic, and Curran Carter. Here's Chad Caterson. He'll let go with a rainbow from outside. And another foul on the play. Darren, if there's anything that marks this game, it'll be the amount of fouls and turnovers.
Both teams are playing very physical. And a result of that is a lot of turnovers and then a lot of trips to the free throw line.
Exactly what Jerry Hemmings called for in the last time out.
Edwin Reynolds, 6'8" forward, steps to the line, knocks down his first of two.
Considered the top player out of the Nova Scotia area this past year in the high school circuit. He's from Cobequid Educational Center in Truro, Nova Scotia. It has indicated that St. FX, St. Francis Xavier University, under the tutelage of Steve Kachelski.
It's a great basketball program.
There's a three from Kevin Messiah. As you said, Darren, good basketball program, but Edwin Reynolds hasn't committed to any one particular university as yet. He's looking to gain a U.S. scholarship.
And there you see John Poposky take it coast to coast and take it to the glass hard. Splits the defenders, gets up over Jabula Murray, switches hands. Here you take a look from yet another angle. Good crossover by Messiah. Switches hands. And Murray, Jabula Murray, unable to stop that.
Well, we'll have to check the foul situation with Jabula Murray. Was he charged with the personal foul? And if he was, that is 4. We are getting confirmation it is 4 personal fouls for Jabula Murray.
And he takes it right back at Poposky and scores a basket of his own, making a statement.
Yeah, everybody's making a statement tonight, Dan.
That's what it's all about. State your claim.
89-75 in favor of Toronto. 4:31 left in the game, and another foul on the play.
Edwin Reynolds kissed that one off the glass and was able to score it. Contact on the play. And he'll step to the free throw line. Get a look at it here. Denham Brown, the defender. Not much contact on it. I don't know where the foul was.
Well, I think we'll have to come down on Lloyd Eidelman for that one. That
had his hand on his hip.
Foul.
Denham Brown had his hand on his hip, and I suppose that's where the contact was made.
Edwin Reynolds, the 6'8" forward out of Truro, Nova Scotia. 89-77, 12-point difference, 4:27 left in the game. Here's Denham Brown.
Over to Murray.
Jabula Murray. It's right, that's good.
Goes inside and scores that win again. Jabula Murray scores when he wants to. Take a look at it here. And he scores some tough baskets too, with like 2 and 3 defenders on him. Guys swatting at him from behind. His body leaning this way and that way.
I think every bucket he has scored has been contested, Darren.
Have to look, when you look at Jabula Murray, you have to look at the degree of difficulty that his shots have.
92-78 in favor of Toronto. A little over 4 minutes left in the game. David McNeil and Darren Thomas bringing it to you big time here on Rogers Television, the host of this year's All-Canadian Classic. As we see a round of applause and a couple of new players coming into the game, and Kevin Messiah, Manuel Tiki, to go out there with Evan Pellerin, Denham Brown, and Jabula Murray. Those players will be the starting, the 5 for Toronto at this time. 92-78.
Canadian team making some wholesale changes out there.
Here's Murray. Ooh, the drive, nice move, and nice spinning. He scores. Jabula Murray.
He's taking control here. Scored on the last 3 possessions. Tough, difficult baskets, and he's making a statement for himself here.
Kyle Wilson. Outside, this is John Poposky. And they need time for him to be heating up, because if he does, look out.
They need that from Poposky now. There's 3.5 left to go in the game, and they're down by 13 points. So they need that penetration, and Poposky has to start spotting up on the 3-point line.
It was a definite 3 with an exclamation point behind it. Here's Poposky. Pass to Kyle Wilson. He's flying right down Yonge Street. Ball stripped away by Evan Pellerin. Here's Jabula Murray. And Murray is taken over here in the second half.
Jabula with a little show and tell there. Fooling the defenders and laying it up for another deuce. He scored 8 in a row.
By Mustafa El-Zenati. 96-83 for Toronto as things begin to pick up with a little over 3 minutes left in the game.
Well, the teams are just trading baskets right now. The Canadian team has to make a defensive stance in order to cut into this lead. They have to stop the Toronto team from scoring at will.
Canadian team foul on Mustafa El-Zenati, his 4th personal foul. Darren, as we see the replay.
There's Pellerin there, fouled by El-Zenati, hacked by El-Zenati. steps to the free throw line for 2.
Don't want to give Evan that chance to complete the play and then go to the line.
Definitely not. If you're going to foul somebody, make sure they don't score the basket. That's the golden rule.
Evan Pellerin, one of many long line of all-star players that have come out of Jarvis Collegiate. Players like David Joseph, Sam Hill, Arthur Kirkwood, they all come to mind. Are discussing high school all-star players out of Jarvis Collegiate.
Arthur Kirkwood, me and him go back a long way. We used to play hockey together when we were younger. We had a nickname for him. We used to call him Silky. So that's Arthur Silky Kirkwood.
As we see the ball go to the bucket, and that was Mustafa El-Zenati connecting again for Canada. Still a 13-point difference there with 2:57 left in the game as we see a replay.
Shot, long shot from outside goes in. Here you see El-Zenati crossing over. Lofts it up, rolls in for him. Like you said, both teams are trading baskets right now, and that's not good for the Canadian team because with the lead that the Toronto team has, they're going to stay up.
Let's get a little one play. Oh, you know what? Let's run the swing once. Remember that one? Give it to the guy in the wing, he gives it back, goes all the way backside. Don't try to get from the top of the seat. Pass it away. Don't try to get the second one. You got to seal it like it's going to go.
The next thing, whoever's playing the point, whoever's playing the point, whoever's playing the 2. Every time the shot goes up, I think you guys back. We're getting too many layups.
As we hear the coaching staff for Toronto, they want to run plays. They want to run set plays in the offensive zone.
Well, these players from the Toronto team have been together for a while, so they've been practicing and they've been working on things. So as a coach, you want to see them go out there and execute what you've been practicing.
Execution here is the key with 2:55 left in the game. Emmanuel Teki set up for an offensive foul by John Popovsky. Very smart play by Popovsky to maintain his position.
Great job by Popovsky. There was a clear, fast break there. If Teki saw the ball down the court, but he wasn't able to gather himself in time and was assessed with the offensive charge.
Popovsky will take the ball, work it over to Mustafa El-Zenati. He'll take the shot off the rim.
Rebound by Popovsky, looking to light up a 3 of his own, and he does.
Popovsky with 3.
And they definitely need more of that if they're going to shorten this lead here with 2.5 left to go in the contest.
98-88, still a 10-point difference. And Kyle Wilson will inbound the ball.
Taking some instructions off the sideline from Jerry Hemmings. Get a look at that shot from John Popovsky from behind the 3-point line, and it ends up nothing but twine.
Well, it'll be a free throw, pardon me, as Emmanuel Teki will go to the line.
Bonus 1-1.
Teki will go to the line for Toronto. So the Toronto lineup out there as it is right now with Pellerin, Messiah, Brown, Teki, and Carpenter. For Canada, it'll be Cote, Wilson, El-Zenati, Hogan, and Popovsky. So the shooters are certainly out there, Darren, looking for the foul and looking for the shot.
Basket disallowed. Toronto player in the lane too early. Canadian team will get the possession on the baseline. There you get a look at Teki taking some instruction from
I think that comes to discipline, Darren, as the Toronto team cannot afford to have any discipline breakdowns here with 2:28 left in the game.
They're up 11 points. It's a comfortable lead, but this Canadian team has some hot 3-point shooters, and if they get some open looks here, they could shorten that lead in a quick time.
Daniel Brown looking to inbound the ball. There's a full court press put on by the Canadian team.
Got to move that basketball.
He gets it over the timeline. How do you break the presses with a pass? And there's a nice pass to Kern Carter, who drops it, and the foul is called.
Strong basket by Kern Carter there, meeting the bigger defenders. Here you see him going up against Bernard Cote, who stands at least 6 or 7 inches taller than him, and gets the crier to go in. Look at it from a different angle. Taking it strong to the rack.
Bernard Cote with his second personal foul as we see Kern Carter drain it. 102-88 in favor of Toronto. Popovsky will let go with a shot.
Bernard Cote tried to catch that rebound and stick it back in. Unsuccessful, though.
Nice shot by Zach Hogan.
Haven't seen much of him during this game, but he scores a basket there for his Canadian team.
Nice rebounder, nice play by Denham Brown to bring it back. 104-90. Certainly a track meet here.
A lot of pressure now in the dying minutes of the game.
Kyle Wilson throws the ball up.
Wilson trying to connect on a behind-the-back pass there. Nobody there to catch it.
The theatrics seem to go against Kyle Wilson at this time. He may have the moves, but it certainly hasn't paid off with buckets.
That's right. Like we said before, you have to. Those moves will only work with guys that are familiar with the way you play. And if guys don't know how you play, you're going to make a lot of turnovers.
Here's Kurt Carter, who had the ball stripped away. Kyle Wilson looks for a three-point attempt. Big rebound, and Evan Pellerin comes up with the rebound. Quick pass to Kurt Carter.
Unbelievable.
You tell me he did not do that.
Oh, he did. Clear your eyes out. That's his third monster dunk of the game, and Kevin Messiah has definitely made a statement here today.
Kevin Messiah setting the tone for the rest of the game as we see a crowd of people.
Here you get a look at the replay. Lobbed up again from Messiah. Catches it with one hand and slams it home. Unbelievable.
Kevin Messiah setting St. Michael's College School on fire with 3 beautiful dunks in this game. And we've still got 109 left in the game.
I love the way he's got the theatrics for the crowd. He wants to run up into the crowd and start hugging everybody after those dunks.
If he doesn't make it as a basketball player, he'll certainly make it as an entertainer.
For sure. Popovsky's long shot won't go. Messiah with the rebound and gets fouled on the play. There you get a good look at Messiah again.
We see another foul called on the Canadian team, Darren, and there's the replay right there on
Mustafa Alzanati.
Mustafa Alzanati, who is now out of the game. 5 personal fouls. Dominic Susi will come in for him. Wow. Let's go into the Toronto timeout and see what the coaches have got to say. Let's go to a replay first then, Darren. And we've got the dunk again, and for all the viewers, this is a huge treat to be able to see these replays. And
if you missed the first 2 dunks that Kevin Messiah did, check this one out. Ball is lobbed up. Oh my goodness, that is a nasty dunk. At this point of the game, who do you have for your consensus MVP?
Vince Carter better make note that there's somebody right on his heels that can take over with the dunking ability.
It's on this side of the court. It's yours. It's on the other side. It's yours. That's what we're doing. Finish. Finish on the feet. 1, 2, 3, finish. Hey, guys, stand up there.
Quick words from the coaching staff. I couldn't decipher everything that was being said. However, they're having fun.
Definitely so. They got a 15-point lead with a minute left to go. Don't have to strategize here. Just play the timeout, play it smart, and they can walk away with the win here.
This is Kevin Messiah at the line for Toronto. He's made for all-star games, isn't he, Darren?
Definitely so. He's an exciting high flyer and excites the crowd, and he's having fun out there.
Very theatrical.
I love the way he goes up in the crowd and acknowledges his buddies out there after a big slam like that.
Do have to mention that he is mentioned in the book that is coming out. Hang Time will be released May 10th at Jarvis Collegiate. For all basketball fans who would like to be there, Kevin Messiah will be playing in the basketball game as well. And there's another one.
That's number 4. I think he was disappointed with that, not stylish enough for him.
If we look at the Toronto bench, they're waving towels. And here's a shot from three-point land by Kyle Wilson. But Kevin Messiah has been the one to set the tone for the Toronto team.
Well, picking up right where he left off in the first half. And He's got a good relationship with that rim, let me tell you.
Dominic Soucy in our screen, 6'4" guard out of St. Foy College in Quebec City. At the line for Canada, trying to make it respectable.
Knocks down the first of 2 free throws. 32 seconds left to go. 14-point lead for the Metro Toronto team.
As we see it go to 108.95 in favor of Toronto. And the Toronto team is standing up. Kurt Carter with the block. He's looking to drive to the hoop. And Andrew Carpenter almost had a two-hander. This is Dominic Soucy with a very easy layup.
Dying seconds of the game now.
We're down to 12 seconds. This is Andrew Carpenter. Ooh.
Carter trying to get up on the rim there for a slam dunk of his own is fouled on the play.
As we see John Popomski with his 4th personal foul, or 5th personal foul, pardon me. He's out of the game now.
Popomski not as effective as he probably would have liked to be in this game. He's got a great outside shot, and I'm sure he would have liked to have utilized that a bit more.
We see Kurt Carter go to the line. And Carter goes to the line for Toronto, and he misses on the first of 2. So Darren, who is your choice for MVP of the game? I don't think there's a choice.
Do you have to ask me?
Yeah.
Do you have to ask? Kevin Messiah, hands down.